Good morning.
Morning.
Smith asked me to say a few words as we come to the end of the Stewardship campaign on March 31st. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Chris Sandlund. My wife Jennifer and I found a home at St. Philip's after a year of church shopping when we moved from Manhattan 25 years ago. We came to Phillipstown to start a family while restoring a beat-up Victorian with good bones in Cold Spring. And by the time we settled on St. Philip's, we were expecting our first child. There were a gaggle of kids here already at St. Philip's, and Reed and Pella, our children, were among the first of the next cohort to arrive. So it warms my heart immensely to see the young families now breathing renewed life into this lovely parish. Stewardship is the name of the campaign, and cynics might suggest that it's a quaint Episcopalian term to gently describe fundraising. But stewardship is much more than fundraising, as important as that is. Take the word literally. We are stewards of this institution. It has changed and will change over time, and we will pass it on to those who follow us. I've been here for a generation. Enough time for that church baby I used to cradle, in my arms at the communion rail to become an independent adult. Here, we will make friends, we will celebrate with them their joys, we will support them in their struggles, and we will grieve them in their departure. In 24 years, I've seen families grow, I've seen new members show up, I've seen people leave the area, I've seen couples divorce, and I've seen dear friends pass from this world, unfortunately. It's because that is what being part of a community brings us. Those of us who continue to worship together, to sing together, and to gather together, we keep this church a place where all that community life can occur. We are its stewards. Now, yes, money does play a role. In our time here, Jennifer and I have been flush and we've been constrained. When we were restoring the windows along the east side of the church here several years ago, we just sold the first startup that I was working at. And we had the good fortune to have quite a bit to be able to give extra to make them beautiful again. Right now, I'm starting my own company and living on savings. We aren't poor, but we are no longer flush. Our financial contribution has shrunk, but it's still there. If you're concerned with saving for your children's education, for your retirement, or for a medical emergency, I understand. And I ask you to find a way to give something. Think of the woman that Jesus lauded for giving 2 pennies. It's not the amount that matters. And there are other ways to be a steward too. I'm here in choir robes because the Anglican Communion has always had a rich musical tradition that I've enjoyed since I was a child. I'm far from the most talented member of our choir, but I help to raise a joyful noise. And if you love singing, please come join us. Fixing that Victorian in Cold Spring has allowed me to build home repair skills, and the Buildings and Grounds Committee gives me a chance to offer those skills to the church. Recently, we got the humidifier working that was originally installed with a new organ 5 years ago. Robert Klippel volunteered the plumbing skills that I lacked to make it happen. It was an hour of his time on a weekend between activities with his kids. He didn't have to give a lot, but what he gave was essential. Maybe you've got a talent for cleaning. The Altar Guild could benefit from an hour of your week to freshen the altar linens. Or maybe you like frequenting social media. The Communications Committee might use your help with postings for the church. And now that we are communally preparing meals for outreach to the needy in Peekskill, you could join in their preparation. As our late former rector, Frank Gear, was fond of quoting Chairman Mao, "Many hands make light work." These are all ways in which we maintain the physical structure and the ongoing traditions of this church while also finding ways to grow and add new approaches. So even if you don't see a fit right now for something you think could help, ask Amanda how your talent might be able to be of use. Ask our senior warden, Will Felder. Ask our junior warden, David Gordon. Ask our musical director, Chris Vasulo. Ask any of the committee chair people, or ask me. And please don't think that what you have to offer is too little to matter. Collectively, we have abundance. Now, hearing people like me ask for money or your time can sometimes produce anxiety, especially when you might be coming to church for solace. So I'll close by citing a favorite verse from Paul's letter to the Philippians. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God. When my therapist highlighted this verse to me after the deaths of my parents, I saw it anew after having heard it so many times in church. The phrase that jumps out at me now is with thanksgiving. It speaks to the fact that there is abundance all around us. So let us give thanks for all that God has given us by giving back some time and some treasure. And let us be stewards of this place that we are called to be by getting our pledges to the Stewardship Committee by the end of the month. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.